hearings that's happening next Wednesday, calling experts to explain the constitutional grounds for impeachment. The committee says the President's Counsel is able to participate in the hearing and question witnesses. If you remember, just last week, the House Intelligence Committee wrapped up its own public hearings. But despite all of that, a new CNN poll finds public opinion, have a look at that, has not changed. 50% of the Americans polled still think President Trump should be impeached and removed from office, the same, as you remember, we brought to you in October. We're joined now by Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean of Pennsylvania, a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congresswoman, thank you very much for joining us on the show. As I was just telling our viewers, the committee you sit on has in the last few hours scheduled its first hearing for next Wednesday, December the 4th. What shall we expect? Just talk us through what happens.
Well, I think it's an important first step for our committee following the investigations that were performed by the Intelligence Committee. As we await Chairman Schiff's report summarizing the evidence of all of the witnesses, not just the 2 weeks of public testimony, but also the weeks of depositions that were also taken. What I think this first committee will signal is a constitutional lesson, frankly, a lesson in both the meaning that the founders put into our Constitution. What does a high crime or misdemeanor mean? So that we will all understand, not just the members of the committee, those who will have to vote on possible articles of impeachment, so the American public will understand and be reminded of that important last resort constitutional provision. Fortunately, it's been a generation since we've had to think about impeachment, and I hope it's many generations until we have to do it again.
And Congresswoman, who would be called up? Who will be called up to testify? And will these be closed-door hearings?
I believe it will be open public hearings, 10 a.m. on Wednesday. I do not have the list of testifiers. It is my understanding it will be historians, academics, I assume professors who understand the Constitution and have studied it very well. You know, an awful lot of people don't know what a high crime or misdemeanor is. It is not necessarily a statutory crime. So there are things that we need to school all of us on, as I said. Also, what rises to the level of treason or bribery in connection with this most grave remedy. Remember, it's a remedy of last resort, and I know nobody on my committee takes any joy in this, but we do believe we have a solemn duty of oversight in the face of the evidence that has been presented.
In the last hour or so, hour and a half, Chairman Nadler has invited the President to participate in the hearing. He writes, at base, the President has a choice to make. He can take this opportunity to be represented in the impeachment hearings, or he can stop complaining about the process. I hope that he chooses to participate in the inquiry directly or through counsel, as other presidents have done before him. Are you hoping he will? Do you think he will?
I do hope he will, and I take the chairman at his word. I've been in meeting after meeting with him. He is determined, committed to a fair process. You saw also the other committees of oversight have asked the president to come forward with exculpatory evidence, and there's been none. And in fact, in the face of this investigation, the administration has done nothing but stonewall and obstruct. We did have an important decision yesterday, courts reaffirming that we have a constitutional duty of oversight. So I hope the president comes forward. I hope he sends his counsel so this can be a full, fair hearing, and the complaining will stop. Obviously, it is in the American people's best interest. It is in the interest of protection of our democracy and nothing less that we are fair, complete, transparent. And so that's what I know this committee is determined to do, as well as this Congress.
Let's talk about the American people. I want to show you the latest CNN poll, which really shows the needle really hasn't moved that much when it comes to impeaching President Trump, as you can see there. Yes, saying 50% now, in October 50%. No, only 43%, so it really hasn't moved at all from October. Take a listen, Congresswoman, to one Democratic voter, what she had to say.
I am tired. I really am. I am tired of it all. I really am. I didn't think I'd ever say that because I'm such a political animal.
So then if you heard at the end, she was saying I'm a political animal, but I'm tired of it all. Do you think that Americans are switching off? Do you think they have hearing fatigue?
I certainly hope not. I just had a town hall today in the western part of my county, and it was at a senior center. And many of the people in the room expressed the exact same kind of fatigue and anxiety. But I will tell you, they also said something else, that this is too important, this is too urgent, and we must not succumb to becoming numb to wrongdoing, to becoming numb to the indecency and the corruption of this administration. And they encouraged me to keep going, stay strong, don't be fatigued, do your job, uphold your own oath of office. That's really what I've been thinking in these last few weeks. This is certainly about holding the president to account. No one is above the law. But I took an oath of office on January the 3rd. I said I would uphold our precious Constitution and the rule of law. And so I can do nothing less. I can't just say I'm too tired now. I have a job to do. And so I'm very thoughtful at this time of year. It's Thanksgiving. It's my favorite time of year. And I love a statement that says, we've come by a way we did not know to the end of another year. And that's certainly true for America. We're in a grave spot, but we can't shake it off. We can't turn a blind eye to it. We have to do our duty.
Congresswoman Madeleine Dean, I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us here. You're always welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, Isa.
Pleasure. Thank you.